Hi, I'm Tim, and welcome to WatchYouWant.com. Thanks for logging on. Now, the Rolex GMT-Master may not be the original pilot's watch. It's not even the original Rolex pilot's watch, but it just may be the greatest of them all, Rolex or otherwise. Now, the GMT-Master has a history that dates back to 1955 when it was developed as an honest-to-God tool watch. In conjunction with Pan Am pilots, Rolex designed a watch that had a bidirectional rotating bezel that would allow pilots to offset from GMT to local time while keeping the 24-hour hand firmly fixed to Zulu. Now, Zulu didn't exist back then. Everyone was using GMT. We didn't have Zulu, International Standard Time, until the 1970s. But the two were very close. So the idea was to have all pilots fixed on one common time globally so that everyone else wasn't talking in a different chronological, horological language, so to speak. And the GMT did it beautifully. What the GMT also offered from the beginning was a chronometer rating and a date. So not only was it one of Rolex's original complicated watches, it was also one of its original refined, modern, everyday usable watches with everything you needed in the course of daily life, and then a little bit more even. But it wasn't until the GMT-Master of 1980, GMT-Master II, pardon me, of 1983 that the watch got arguably its signature feature of today, the ability to set two time zones separately. Here you can see how I'm able to set two time zones backward or forward with the hour hand decoupled from the minute and the 24-hour hand, or alternately I can set them both, and you can see how the 24-hour hand moves at half speed relative to the hour hand. Now, back in the day of the original GMT Master, you only had the ability to set one time because, after all, the 24-hour hand was linked to the hour. You could only tell whether it was, for instance, 8 a.m. or 8 p.m. by looking to the 24-hour hand. You couldn't actually set two time zones, and you'd offset from GMT using the bidirectional bezel to find local time. But today, because you can set those two time zones, you can actually use the bezel to offset and find a third time zone. That's just part of the fun of owning a GMT. But there's a lot more, because this is the most recent reference, the 116713. Now, the modern Supercase Maxi Dial GMT came out in the 50th anniversary of the GMT Master in 2005. The year after, the two-tone was released, and what you have here is what Rolex calls Rollosaur, their signature combination of stainless steel and 18-karat gold, in this case yellow gold. The watch presents brilliantly, and because Rolex has an eye for detail, this gorgeous gloss lacquer dial also contains gold hands and gold applied numerals. When you look at it up close, it's really quite gorgeous. There's just a little accent of color in the green GMT 24-hour hand. Now beyond that, Rolex goes the extra mile in terms of materials technology. Not only does it make its own gold, not only does it use its own proprietary high standard 904L stainless steel, takes and holds a polish or brushed finish better than standard stainless, it also manufactures its own ceramic. And the GMT, the Supercase version, the 6-digit reference number that you see here, was the first Rolex platform to include ceramic. So what you have here is parachrom that's actually graded down, and they actually create these wells for gold that's then laid into the bezel itself. It's then polished down so you have gold inlaid into the parachrom bezel, almost completely indelible. This watch will age well. If you're familiar with the hardness of a sapphire crystal, how it doesn't scratch, that's what a ceramic bezel is like. So this watch offers tremendous durability and lasting value, more even than your standard Rolex. So if you know how well a Rolex ages, basically this watch takes that to the next level. And it adds a lot to the Rolex experience because along with the new generation of GMT came a new generation of Rolex clasp. This is the milled clasp, crafted from a much tougher piece of steel than the old stamped clasp. This one closes like a bank vault. It also features Rolex's signature Easy Link, which allows you to add or subtract 5 millimeters of bracelet length tool-free. This is great if you're, for instance, working out, if it's a hot day, or if it goes from hot to cold and your wrist shrinks a little bit. That little measure of adjustment saves you a lot of hassle at the jeweler's. Now the watch is tough. In every respect, this is a watch that can go anywhere you can. 10 ATM of water resistance, that's over 300 feet. It's more than you're going to need for anything except hardcore diving. So in addition to being a fantastic pilot's watch, this is one flyer that's not afraid of the water. This is very much a trifibian. Air, land, and sea. So, if you're interested in exploring realms unknown, taking to the sky, or just kicking back on the beach for a little bit of surf and turf, the Rolex GMT-Master II, reference 116710, available from watchyouwant.com with all box, papers, and documents of provenance. Check it out on our website, watchyouwant.com. I'm confident that once you see the condition of this fantastic Rolex two-tone GMT-Master II, you will be confident that you have found the watch you want.